To infinity and beyond. A motto for Buzz Lightyear, but a mantra for other people to see how irritating they can be to the general public. I present to you Exhibit A.
They cut on the walk. They cut on the walk where you guys walking slow. We're all going to the same place. You don't give a fuck, bro. You're a fucking nerd, dude. I'm not arguing no fucking female. It's like fucking Harry Potter.
First off, one of them hits us with a crying emote, a very bold opening move. It tells us we're dealing with a special case of head-up rear end syndrome. If you don't know what's happening here, basically this pack of pricks cut the line, and when they were being called out about it, they started cussing, causing a commotion, while there were little children involved because it's Disneyland. Now keep in mind, this is the part of Disneyland, Epcot. This is the part of Disneyland where Mickey Mouse drinks to forget all the live action Disney remakes. So yeah, you can drink here, but that's no excuse to act like this is a bar at Mardi Gras and starting a commotion here and there. Now the one that's up front and said the insult that you look like Harry Potter, well, for starters, the person who's probably recording this probably is Harry Potter because they're dealing with backwater goblins and trolls, like the troll you remember in that first movie in the bathroom. Yeah, pretty much that. But the fact is that this person that's all up in the camera, there's a saying called peaking in high school. This man didn't peak in high school. He peaked in kindergarten when they gave him extra cookies in nap time. Yeah, he hasn't looked back ever since. Also, at the end, he goes on about something like female this, female that. Hold on to that because that's just a little preview of what's to come. But yeah, the terms male and female, I've only heard in like a biology class or something. I've never heard it in a real life scenario like this. Like, you female, you male. Well, I mean, I call my mailman male because I'm just lazy like that. And I'm pretty sure my mailman's a vampire, but yeah, that's a whole nother video. Moving on.
Mind your business.
You shouldn't have cut everyone.
Mind your business.
They did it. I got here
Our
before
group,
you.
when you get up, they cut on the walk.
Fuck you.
They cut. So then, fuck you. Fuck you. You're a nerd, bro.
As you could see, the dirtbag train is going full steam ahead, not stopping for humbleness or self-reflection. Seriously, these guys, no joke, are the stereotypical bully group you find in young adult novels or films. The ones that, the ones that get like attacked and sworn by genetically altered, modified murder hornets in like the first 45 minutes of the Hunger Games. Yeah, this is that group.
I'll never let nobody disrespect my girl. Bitch, she's a bitch.
Okay.
I don't disrespect females. You're a bitch.
It's a real fever dream, isn't it? Legally Blonde is drunk doing Minnie Mouse expressions. Homeboy on the left over here, he's stuck in a limbo-like state where he has to constantly spam the crying emote. Then you have Mr. Feminist going on about how much he respects women from whatever void he's talking about. Oh, I'm sorry, not women, females.
I play football at the University of Central Florida. Show 'em.
Bold claim there. Let's see what the university has to say. I mean, hey, he probably meant like in Madden, He probably made those touchdowns in Madden. It's easy to get the two confused.
Guys, I'm not mad. Yeah, true. You're right.
As you see, the parent comes to tell them, hey, calm down, there's children around. And for a second or two, it does look like they back down and understand, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. But then the circus comes back in town and these clowns start acting amok again because they just activate again.
I make money, homie. I'm a businessman,
But
but
actually, I'd like to know the family that you cut in front of all of us to be with.
Oh, really? Because I was here for
stop. They cut on the walk.
Fuck you.
They can sit in. Just stop talking to him. When you give people attention is currency. You're done. You're cut off. I ain't talking to you. Last word.
He talks about currency and being a businessman, and you know what? In some way, I do believe him. I mean, the man got himself enrolled in a university, taking classes and being on the football team without them ever knowing. He's going to these things without paying a dime. That's straight up business.
He's recording me. I'm gonna record y'all back then. How about that? I'm gonna record you back.
I want to record
Shut
you.
up,
Bitch,
Stella.
I'll
Go the fuck back and shut the fuck up.
Back off, Stella. Back off. You go back in your corner. Don't you know I respect women? I mean, females. It's not women, it's females. Like, The guy is just all over the place. And also, what are my nails made out of? Adamantium? Like, god dang. I did one slap and it just, So yeah, female respecter here pulls out his phone and tries to record. I don't know what the thought process there was. I was honestly thinking that maybe they had some sort of priority thing, priority pass. You know, in airports, when you pay first class, you could skip the line. I thought they would do it here as well. Like Disney has that where you pay extra, you could skip. Nope, they don't mention it once throughout the video. So yeah, they just skip the line and continue to act like problematic drunken uncles at a holiday feast. I say problematic because they proceed to say a slur. Yeah, I guess that's the alcohol talking, right? No walls to hide that ugly soul, but yeah, keep going. And yeah, they indeed keep going.
Oh my God, what does he look like? Can I just pull up my phone real quick?
Yes.
Bro, he looks like a
Oh, entitled? I'm not entitled at all. Hey, ma'am, I took off my shirt because I'm hot. I don't disrespect females like I said earlier. I'll talk to men, I'm not going to talk to females. Bro, don't say shit to them, bro. They're fucking lame. Look like Harry Potter.
For a brief moment, he has a chance to reflect that maybe I am entitled. But he chooses to double down on the hubris and add a dash of, oh, I'm not talking to females. And the weird thing is, he says men in that sentence. He can't seem to say a woman. It's some sort of 1,000-year-old curse that if he says woman, he'll be turned to stone or something like that. And then he proceeds to use the Harry Potter insult again. Fitting, considering he's micromanaging his goons like Draco Malfoy. He just needs to add a little Potter to the end of his sentence, and he's got the whole package going.
What is this? What is this? You guys.
So what happened was me and Percy.
They were up front of everybody. They're trying to say we're skipping because we walked up to our girlfriends.
The House of Mouse bouncers roll up, try to get this all sorted out, and they proceed to say our girlfriends were in line, holding our place, and we were walking up to them. If that's true, my guy, you just had to talk it out. You don't have to fight. You went and chose the barbarian option in this dialogue tree and initiated a little tussle amongst words here when you could have just communicated. The people behind the camera seem reasonable enough. They're not, going insano mode, like yelling back at you. They're just saying you cut the line. All you had to do is explain your situation. Rain grows flowers, not thunder. Keep that in mind. Like, it doesn't matter if you're on the right or if you're on the side of truth. If you're just insulting everybody around you, that attitude pushes people away.
You're how old? I'm 21. I got more money in NIL than you ever. Look me up. Google me. Google me.
What's your name?
Google me. Yeah, he's recording me, boss. He's violating my privacy right now.
He proceeds to ask people to Google him, and just a desperate plea for someone to find his OnlyFans, I guess. I didn't find his OnlyFans. I found instead his 3 convictions, arrests for misdemeanor to show up in court, suspended driver's license. He got evicted from not being able to pay his rent. So yeah, I guess business ain't booming. Money's tight these days. Oh man. Anyways, the Disney guards dragged these group away to some Black Ops location where they'll be forced to be extras in live action Disney remakes for the rest of their lives. And you would think the story ends there. It doesn't. The head honcho here, he comes out with his little side story telling his things in his video.
There's 2 sides to every story, you feel me? Also, I want to apologize to any kids that were around and families that were around that had nothing to do with it. But unfortunately, I got recorded when I was emotional at the time because these dudes gave racial slurs.
It's good he apologizes for cussing around children and all. That's great. It's nice and all, but then he mentions that the reason why he was having emotional outrage, as he says, is because a racial slur was said from the people recording. It just doesn't add up at all based on his attitude and the attitude of his friends. And the thing is, when the Mickey Mouse guard shows up, the first thing you would blurt out is that, hey, these guys have been saying racial slurs to me and just making me feel uncomfortable. No mention of that at all. And even throughout the video, you would say, hey, you called me this, you called me this. Again, none of that. Now, he says that, oh, they edited those parts out. Throughout it, you just don't feel that rage. I say this as someone who has experienced racism. The rage that you feel does not make you go and yap about how you're a businessman or how you look like Harry Potter. No, it's a silent, boiling, bubbling rage, you know? And it ends with a can of twisted tea in someone's face.
You gonna smack me with that? Smack me! Smack me, nigga! Come on, yeah! Drop it.
Oh. Yeah, that is a person who's enraged by a racist. It's not like this hubris that comes out. It's a righteous, justified rage. And I just don't see that throughout that video at all. But what I did see was someone on their side saying a homophobic slur. And the camera people were like, wow, okay. They were taken back by that. So I don't really think they said a racial slur. But if it comes out the truth, sure, fine. I'll take it back. But there is no atmosphere where I feel like that's the truth there.
Now, unfortunately, after we turned our backs, hard racial slurs started coming out. Hard ER. I was the only black dude with my group, so it couldn't have been going at anybody but me, you know? So, of course, they were ready for me to start losing my mind and stuff. And yes, I'm not saying it was right at all. There's different ways and way better ways to handle stuff. But I let my emotions get the best of me simply because why do you have to use racial slurs towards anybody?
Like, this just makes it harder for people who actually deal with conflicts where racial slurs are thrown around. They're not going to be believed because something like this is used. You pulling out the race card as if it's the Exodia win that you think it is in this argument does not help anyone. And it makes you look a bigger fool. So I say be humble, be modest, accept the fact that you messed up. You had an emotional outrage, as you said, and just own up to it. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those times where they just snap. It's okay. It's being human. Just accept it, move on, and everything will be hunky-dory. That's all there is.